What's up, everyone? Welcome to class. Whether you are beginning your journey to yoga or if you're just looking for something more gentle and more mellow, you've come to the right place. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe to this page and drop a comment below. Would love to hear from you. All you'll need for today's practice is yourself, your mat, and a pair of blocks are always going to be nice. They are not required, but they are going to make this practice a little bit more mellow. So we're going to begin today in a seat. You could slide the block underneath you to give you a little bit more height, but go ahead and close your eyes. Allow yourself to connect to the natural rhythm of your breath. Take these moments to settle and arrive. Allow a level of self-inquiry to arrive. Go ahead and bind the hands behind you. The right thumb is going to go over the left. Chase the ground away. Open up through the front line body. And bring this clasp over towards the left hip and drop the left ear down. Take a couple of circles. Once you return to center, chase the ground behind you away. Then flip the clasp so that the left thumb is over the right and take that clasp over towards the right hip. Drop your right ear down towards your right shoulder and take a couple of circles. Maybe you notice some areas of the neck feel particularly tight today, which is only normal given our modern lifestyles of looking over our phones and working off our computers. Go ahead and return to center. Chase the ground behind you away. Open up through the heart. And this time, plant your palms down and we'll meet in a tabletop prep. Once you've found your tabletop prep, make sure that your shoulders are directly over the wrists and the knees directly underneath the hips. Ground down through the fingertips, press your inner knuckles down. And we're going to take a couple of circles over the wrists, making sure our wrists are nice and warmed up. Even though this is mellow flow, it's always good to warm up the wrists. I encourage you to explore different movements here by moving through the hips. And it doesn't matter what you look like. What matters is how you feel like. Notice what's there. And whenever you're ready, if you have the blocks available to you, go ahead and position them at the top of the mat. Plant your palms down. Tuck all 10 toes behind you as you press into downward facing dog. Inhale to lift the heels. Bend the legs, almost as if you want to touch your collarbones towards your knees. And on your exhale, drive the heels down. Inhale, lift the heels. Bend the legs, chest meets the knees to the best of your ability. Then drive the heels down. One more time, just like that. Inhale to lift the heels. Bend the legs.
Chest comes down towards the knees, tailbone is up high towards the sky. And exhale, drive the heels down. Inhale, the right leg reaches up towards the sky. And start to bend that right leg, drive that right heel to the right glute. And just take a couple of circles here, creating a nice opening to that right hip. This left leg is going to act like a spring to spring you forward, to step your right foot to the outside of right hand. Slowly and gently lower the left knee down onto the earth. Find your low lunge. Reach your collarbones forward, reach your heart forward. You can come up to your fingertips or onto your palms, whatever feels right for you today. On your next breath out, blocks are going to travel with you if you have them, but I want you to send your hips back into space, into Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. Option to keep a slight bend in that right leg, creating a different sensation here. Feel your pelvis spilling forward, creating a nice opening with that right inner hip. Stay long from the sit bones all the way through the crown of your head. On your next breath out, lower the blocks to its lowest setting. And you're going to come on the outer edge of that right foot, creating this almost horizon lunge sensation. An option to lower down on your left forearm as you take your right hand and gently press the right knee away. Stay long through your collarbones here. Breathe into your space. Have a nice engagement of the glutes. On your next breath, plant the palms down. Walk the right foot to the outside of your mat. Come up onto the left toes. And you're going to step that left foot to the outside of left hand. You could take the blocks just in front of you as you come up into this gentle, active squat. Try to separate the knees from one another. Find some buoyancy into the legs. On your exhale, straighten up the legs, hands meet at heart center. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, sit the hips low, active squat. Plant the blocks at the top of the mat. Right foot steps back, followed by the left. Cruise back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg reaches up towards the sky. Bend that left leg and you're going to draw that big, big, big circles with that left hip. Creating this opening, creating this space. Your right leg is going to act as a spring to step your left foot to the outside of left hand. Lower the right knee down. Pull your chest and collarbones forward. Low lunge. On your next breath out, bring the hips towards the back of the mat. Blocks can travel with you as an option. Find your Ardha Hanuman. Half splits. Option to bend that left leg. Feel your pelvis spilling forward. And slowly lower the blocks in front of you. Come on to the outer edges of that left foot this time. Option to come down onto your right forearm. Use your left hand to gently press that left knee out. Let it feel nice. Maintain that length of the collarbones. And you're going to slowly walk that left foot to the outside of your mat. Come on to the right toes. Exhale, step the right foot forward into this active squat. Exhale, straighten out the legs, hands meet at heart center. Inhale to reach your arms up towards the sky. Drive the hips forward. Exhale, sit the hips low. Active squat. Inhale to plant the palms. Step the left foot back, followed by the right. Downward facing dog. Inhale to lift the heels. Bend the legs. You're going to spinal wave your body forward. And as you bypass through high plank, drop the knees, followed by the forearms. Inhale takes you into our first upward facing dog. Drive down through the tops of the feet. Pull your chest and collarbones forward. And on your exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg lifts. Bend that right leg and step the right foot to the outside of right hand. We're going to find this runner's lunge this time, but I want you to find some gentle movement here, maybe swaying forward and back. It's always nice to move around to open up the hips. Be a seeker of sensation. Don't be attached to an aesthetic. On your exhale, straighten out through both legs. And when I say straight, that's going to be very relative to all of our individual journeys. So it's okay if that right leg is bent. We're going to find our modified pyramid pose. Option to swivel the left heel down and see how that sensation feels like. Creating more opening in the legs. Breathe here. On your inhale, come onto the outer edges of that right foot. Lower the left knee down. Option to lower the left forearm onto the block. Use your right hand to press the right leg out. Maybe you notice a different sensation here. Maybe that right hip is more open. Plant the palms down. Walk the right foot to the outside of the mat. Come onto your left toes and step forward into your active squat. Exhale, straighten out the legs, hands meet at heart center. Inhale, reach up, gaze between the thumbs. Exhale, sit low, active squat. Inhale to plant the palms. Step the right foot back, followed by the left, downward facing dog. Moving with more awareness and intention here, lift the left leg up towards the sky. Bend that left leg and step that left foot to the outside of left hand. Runner's lunge. Again, try to find some movement here. Explore different ways of approaching these shapes. On your exhale, send the hips back into space. Modified pyramid pose. Option to swivel on that right heel this time, and maybe create a soft bend in that right leg. See how this sensation feels. On your next breath in, come and lower down into that horizon lunge variation. You could come down on the right forearm and press that left leg out. Just breathe here. On your next exhale, plant the palms down. Step the left foot to the outside of your mat. Come up high onto the right toes and step the right foot forward. Inhale, active squat. Exhale, straighten out the legs, hands meet at heart center. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, sit the hips low, active squat. Inhale to plant the palms. Step the left foot back, followed by the right, downward facing dog. Inhale to lift the heels, bend the legs, spinal wave your body forward, round out through the upper, middle, and low back. Drop the knees onto the earth, lower down the forearms. Inhale, pulls your way into upward facing dog. And exhale, cruise back, downward facing dog. Adding a new pattern to this gentle flow. Inhale, the right leg is going to reach up towards the sky. Bend the right leg, and this time you're going to step that right foot to the outside of right thumb. So with the back left heel down, inhale takes you into warrior two. Press down onto all foot arches. Reach out with your fingertips. Radiate that energy. Stand up nice and tall. One last breath. On your exhale, that left hand is going to plant onto the earth. Lower that left knee down. And we're going to open up this left leg and come into this modified side plank, Vashisthasana. And I want you to corkscrew that left shoulder blade down, the left arm, creating that nice stable foundation. And create this engagement with your hips and your glutes. Press your hips forward. Feel the length of the side body. Option to bring that right arm overhead. On your next breath in, float that right leg up. Drive that right knee in towards your chest. And we're going to just casually step that right foot to the outside of that right block. Swivel on that left heel, and we're going to make our way into this modified side angle. Option to find a little bit of movement. Be an explorer of your physical vessel and just see how this feels. Reach your left fingertips towards the top of the mat. Stay long on the left side body. On your exhale, you're going to drive down through that right heel, straighten out that right leg, and find this gate pose variation. But we don't have a leg to lean onto, but we're going to use this as an opportunity to arrive in this modified Trikonasana. Adjust your hands as needed. Again, feel the length in the left side body. On your exhale, plant the left palm down. Bend through that right leg. And just step back casually into downward facing dog. Beautiful work. Inhale, that left leg is going to reach up high towards the sky. Bend that left leg and step that left foot to the outside of left thumb. Swivel the back heel down. Inhale takes you into warrior two. How does it feel if you sit your hips lower? Can you reach out to your potential with that left hand? As your right hand reaches towards your past, your hips are going to ground you down into this present moment. You are strong, you are capable. One last breath. On your exhale, that right palm is going to find a home on that right block. Drop down on that right knee. Open up that right leg. As that left foot finds a home towards the back of the mat. Inhale into Vashisthasana side, modified side plank. Again, I want you to drive your hips forward. Corkscrew that right shoulder blade down, the right arm, creating that stable foundation. Option to reach your left arm overhead, staying long through the fingertips. Reach towards the top of the mat. On your exhale, that left leg is going to float. Drive that left heel towards your chest as you step the left foot to the left quadrant of the mat. Swivel on that right leg this time and find your modified side angle. Again, see how it feels like to create some movement here. Then you're just going to settle into it. Again, staying active with the hips, staying active with the legs. Then you're going to drive that left heel down, straighten off that left leg. Modified gate pose. We're only here for a moment to arrive in our Trikonasana, this modified triangle pose. Stay long in the right side body. Gaze can look up towards that right thumb or up towards the sky. One last breath here. On your exhale, plant your palms, cruise back into downward facing dog. Inhale to lift the heels, bend the legs. Spinal wave the spine forward piece by piece. Drop the knees, followed by the forearms. Inhale takes you into upward facing dog. And exhale, cruise back, downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg reaches up towards the sky. Bend the right leg. Step the right foot to the outside of right thumb. Warrior two. Again, stay connected to your foundations. Pressing down on that left foot. Pressing down on the right toe mounds. On your exhale, that left hand is going to cartwheel itself down. Lower the left knee onto the earth. Swivel on the back left leg. Reach your right leg towards the back of the mat. Vashisthasana. Drive your hips forward. Float the right leg. Drive the right knee towards the chest and step the right foot to the right quadrant of the mat to take you into side angle. I'm going to drive that right heel down onto the earth. Gate pose. Send your hips back into space. Trikonasana. Feel that length. Plant the palms. Tuck the left toes behind you. Cruise back, downward, facing dog. One last round. Inhale, the left leg is going to reach up towards the sky. Bend that left leg and step the left foot to the outside of left thumb. Inhale. Warrior two.
Feel yourself getting stronger. Radiate that energy from the right hip to the left hip. Root down through your feet. On your exhale, right palm plants. Come on to that right knee. Open up that right leg as the left foot travels towards the back of the mat. Vashisthasana. Maybe you notice more space here. On your exhale, float the left leg. Drive that left knee into the chest and step the left foot to the left quadrant of the mat. Right leg is going to follow into your modified side angle. Drive down through that left heel to take you into this modified gate pose. And then send your hips back into space, Trikonasana, or this modified Trikonasana. Plant the palms down, cruise back, downward facing dog. Inhale to lift the heels, bend the legs, unfurl the spine piece by piece. Drop knees, followed by the forearms. Inhale takes you into upward facing dog. Exhale, cruise back, downward facing dog. Move the blocks off to the side if you're using them. And notice how this downward facing dog feels. Maybe you notice more space in the spine. Inhale to lift the heels, bend the legs, spinal wave your body forward, and lower down onto your belly. Bring your left hand at the 10 o'clock direction and your right hand at the 2 o'clock direction for oscillating cobra. Rest your forehead onto the earth. On your inhale, lift up through the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades down the back body. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Try to embody this shape. Maybe close your eyes and imagine yourself as a wave in the ocean. Inhale. Rise up. Exhale, lower. Inhale to rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Pause at the very top. And exhale to release. From here, I want you to reach that left arm out. The left arm is going to be in the same height as the shoulders. Keep your gaze over to the right side. And we're going to take this right heel, pressing down on that right glute. And then you're going to take that right leg over the left. Twist. Maybe you feel a nice release in that back through the pops. My back certainly did. This is always a nice way to open the chest and give our spines that nice rotation, that nice twist. When you're ready, come back to center. This time, reach your right arm out. And then you're going to keep your gaze over towards the left. Squeeze that left heel towards your left bottom. Then take that left leg over the right. Breathe here.
And come back to center. We're just going to make our way onto our backs. And allow ourselves to melt into the Shavasana. Close the eyes. And allow yourself to process where you were to where you are now. Give yourself this opportunity to rest. And you are willing to be a part of your own process. Remember that you are strong and you are capable. Take as much time as you need in this Shavasana. As always, it was beautiful to share this breath, this movement, this practice with you. I bow down to all of your efforts. Thank you for joining me in this flow, and I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever in the world you may be.